This is AI News Today, and here's what happened in the world of AI in the past 24 hours. Let's start with something that might affect all of us directly. Researchers are claiming they've uncovered what could be one of the largest data breaches ever recorded. We're talking about potentially 16 billion private credentials from major platforms like Google, Apple, and Facebook that might be compromised. Now, while this claim is still being verified, it's probably a good time to check when you last updated your passwords, especially for your most important accounts. Moving on to some exciting developments in AI tools, we've got a new player making waves. MiniMax, which is backed by Alibaba, just launched their general agent that you can actually try right now. What makes this interesting is that it's browser-based and lets you create coding projects, reports, and even slideshows with an AI teammate working alongside you. Think of it as having a coding partner that's available 24/7. Users are already building some pretty cool stuff with it, everything from London airspace trackers to virtual museum tours, and they're sharing the exact prompts they used so others can learn from them. Next up, there's a fascinating shift happening in the data labeling world. You might remember that Meta recently bought a big stake in Scale AI, which caused some major players like OpenAI and Google to look elsewhere for their data needs. Well, a company called Surge AI is stepping up to fill that gap in a big way. Here's what's remarkable. This relatively unknown startup with just 110 employees brought in $1 billion last year, completely bootstrapped, while the much more famous Scale AI made only $870 million. It just goes to show how quickly the landscape can change in this industry. Now, here's something that could be a real game changer. MIT researchers have developed a technique they're calling SEAL, that stands for Self-Adapting Language Models. What this does is pretty incredible. It lets AI models continuously learn and adjust their understanding as they encounter new information, kind of like how humans update their worldview when they learn something new. They tested it on models from Meta and Alibaba and saw real improvements, though they found you have to be careful not to push it too hard, or the models actually start forgetting things they learned before. Shifting gears to some remarkable success stories, we're seeing what some are calling a solopreneur boom powered by AI. Get this, a solo developer named Maur Shlomo just sold his 6-month-old side project for $80 million. His platform, called Base44, helps non-programmers design their own software, and it was generating nearly $200,000 in profit per month before Wix snapped it up. What would have taken a large team years to accomplish just a few years ago, he did essentially by himself with AI assistance. And speaking of AI replacing traditional roles, here's a wild story from China. 2 AI avatars trained to mimic a real-life influencer and his co-host just raised over $7.6 million in 7 hours during a live stream where they showcased products. That's actually more than the real humans had managed to raise in previous streams. It's a pretty clear sign that AI isn't just getting good at creating content, it's getting good at selling it too. For those of you using WhatsApp, here's a handy tip. You can now generate ChatGPT images directly in WhatsApp by sending a message to 1-800-CHAT-GPT asking to link your WhatsApp with ChatGPT. Once you're connected, you can ask it to create images right in your chat. Pretty convenient for when you need a quick visual without switching apps. Another interesting development, OpenAI researchers say they've identified certain internal patterns in AI models that flare up right before the model does something it shouldn't. Think of it like spotting the warning signs before someone loses their temper. This could be huge for building safer AI systems in the future, as it might let us catch problematic behavior before it actually happens. And finally, here's something that caught a lot of attention on social media. A UCLA graduate showed off all his ChatGPT-generated final projects during his graduation ceremony, which sparked quite a debate online about AI use in education. Meanwhile, Duolingo proved just how powerful modern AI coding tools have become by building an entire chess course from scratch using just 2 employees and an AI tool called Cursor. OpenAI is also rolling out something called Record Mode for their pro users, which can transcribe and summarize your meetings and thoughts, basically turning ChatGPT into your personal note-taker. And Perplexity now lets you generate videos just by tagging them on Twitter and giving them a text prompt. That's it for today. Make sure to like, subscribe, or follow, and see you tomorrow for more AI news.